Well, Operation finish above Rangers and get into the top 6 so we're in the championship split and might qualify for Europe is in full flow. It might need a catchier name, but fingers crossed, if we win the next couple of matches, we have a real chance of getting into Europe, which would be quite handy just from a financial perspective. Yeah, so this is the situation. We are currently 6th in the league. Motherwell are level on points with us. 1 point behind and level number of games, but Livingston have got a game in hand, which I think they play almost immediately. So we might be about to drop out of the top 6 again imminently. Although, to be fair, Livingston's game in hand is against Celtic, so maybe we won't. And then we've got 3 more games before the split. If we finish top 6... we're in the championship split, which probably means we'll lose all 5 games. But there's always the possibility that we sneak above either St Mirren or Rangers or both. Top 5 gets into Europe. Wouldn't that be a thing, boys and girls? Wouldn't it be a thing? Have I got any Star Wars Lego? No, I don't really... Well, I say don't really. I don't at all like Star Wars. I've never watched a Star Wars movie all the way through. I've only attempted to watch one of them. I am not a Star Wars guy. That being said, some of the Star Wars Lego does look very cool. So if I run out of superhero and Disney stuff to make, I've already penciled in a trip to Denmark in our future. I don't know when, but it's on the stuff to do in the next year. That's a wonderful goal. Look at that. Amazes me you don't like Star Wars. I never watched it as a kid, and it's hard to explain to people who fell in love with it as a kid how awful it is watching it for the first time as an adult. Obviously, if you watched it as a kid, it would have been fascinating and amazing, and you fell in love with it and your opinion will never be changed. But we didn't really watch movies as a kid. I never went to the cinema. We didn't really watch movies at home. So I was just never exposed to it. Tried watching it as an adult because as a nerd, it absolutely should be something that I'm into. And it was just so generic and shoddy looking and really badly acted. Like if you watch that for the first time as an adult, I need to be able to wipe everybody's minds and show them it as an adult. And comic books and cartoons was my thing. So Marvel, Batman, X-Men, that's what I grew up with. So, and I'm behind on all that. I certainly don't have time to add Star Wars to the mix, no matter how good it is. But yeah, like I say, they'll almost certainly, at some point, if we get to the point where I've run out of stuff to buy and build, which seems unlikely, if I run out of things to buy and build before I run out of house space, there's always the chance that some Star Wars stuff will sneak into the collection. Even now, I still don't really watch movies. Unless they're superhero ones. For superheroes that I'm already into. Have I seen the new Peacemaker series? I have not. Right. I mean, a draw is better than losing. Analysis with Kev. But that does make things harder because our final game is against Rangers. So now, with Motherwell breathing down our necks, we must beat Rangers to get into the top half after the split. So we might be about to suffer some heartbreak. Rory's won a penalty! What's the stadium capacity? 6,000. It's just been increased. This is our first match in it. First match back in our stadium. Now it's been improved to 6,000. And it looks like it's full today, as it should be. Penalty kick! Come on! We had stands on every side in the previous iteration of this ground. Oh, for goodness sake. I can't actually work out what we've done to add the extra 2,000 seats. Because it looks exactly the same as it did before. Missing a penalty is quite upsetting. Right, do a football. Come on! Can you just check if Arsenal are still top of the Premier League? I'm very confident Arsenal are top of the Premier League, unless you mean in this save, in which case I have no idea. I don't really care because we're not playing in England. And now we've given away a penalty, for goodness sake. How very upsetting. Come on, ref, help me out. Hate this ref. They all look quite happy as well, which is troublesome. Come on, Sir George, the penalty saving expert. Sir George, come on! St Mirren can still go above us. And presumably Motherwell can as well. We weren't 5th going in, remember? We were 6th. Oh. Oh. Rangers are having a bit of a rubbish season. This is pretty standard for Rangers in this save. They've been rubbish for several seasons. They're just not very good. Yeah, see, guaranteed top 6, my eye. Oh, hang on. We were up to 5th. Are we guaranteed top 6? Maybe we are. Now I'm confused. I am confusion. Let's not worry about it. Let's just try and win our match and not worry about where we're going to finish. Focus on finishing there, not what it may mean. Come on, boys. Let's find a winner from somewhere. There's no point in us finishing top 6 if we can't beat Rangers. If Motherwell win, they can leapfrog us. Ugh. Come on, Joe Hart, not that one. Oh, it's a lovely pass. He must have been offside, though. Joe Hart, not that one! Wonderful stuff. Come on, boys, just hold on. And then we get top half. Which gives us an opportunity to try and drag ourselves into Europe. Which is quite important money-wise. Right, when does the draw for the... is it a draw? How does it work? Am I watching Arsenal Porto tomorrow? Again, it will be on. Yeah. I can't think of a reason why I wouldn't watch that. I'll still be streaming, but it'll be on. Oh, wow. They've already set budgets. And they're no bigger. Hopefully they review that again at the end of the season. Here we go. So the group has been drawn, which means we should have the fixtures. So we play Aberdeen, Hibs and St Mirren at home and then end the season away to Celtic and then away to Rangers. I mean, I feel like they've just decided they want us to fail there. So we need to get the job done in the next 3 matches then, effectively. Well, we're guaranteed to finish top half. That's the important thing. If we can sneak into 5th, we get into the Conference League. That's the goal. Is 4th still Conference League? Oh, God, 4th's Europa League. I mean, 4th might be asking a lot, but it's not outside the realms of possibility. What's the cup situation? Is it possible you qualify for Europe finishing 6th? No. I think the assumption is the cup is always won by one of the teams in the top 5. I think it's actually a case where if someone outside the top 5 wins the cup, then 5th place doesn't get in anymore. Yeah, depending on winner of Scottish Cup. So if someone, let's see who's still in the Scottish Cup. If someone from outside the top 5 wins it, then we would have to finish 4th to get in. So Livingston, Aberdeen, Dundee United and Hibs, that's actually quite problematic because Livingston, Dundee United, Hibs are there. Who was the other team? Was it Aberdeen? Yeah. So if Aberdeen or Hibs win it, then it's fine. 5th place gets Europe. If either of the other 2 win it, then we'd have to finish top 4 to get into Europe. Oh, Topher's here. What have I done now? Nothing. You're all right, Topher. Don't you worry. Nothing's going on. You've not signed the contract on that new house yet, have you? It's fine. No, don't worry about it, Topher. It's fine. You go back to whatever you were doing. Ah, fiddlesticks. Do I have any personal preference as to what team wins? No. If I did, I would just pick them. The whole reason we're leaving it in the hands of the FM gods is that I have no preference. There's a few teams I don't want. They won't be as part of the process. I'm his manager, so just looking for opportunities. I mean, I'll be completely honest with you then. If he works for me, I'm going to be his manager. So this ain't going to work. And tell me his favourite new gen that I've ever had in a Football Manager save. And then we'll work from there. It's a bit late now, Rory. Have I done a Peter a Football Manager series? Many times. Do I need security? Not really. Is that a threat? You banging on my door saying, do you want insurance? You want insurance. It'd be a shame if anything would have happened to my Lego. It would be a shame. Oh, that was nearly... That is a football goal! Why is it people keep coming for my job when I go away for 10 minutes? You want to hear my theory on that, Topher? I think when you go away for 10 minutes, you log in on an alt account so that you can then pretend to be someone else trying to get your job, make them seem really non-credible and awful, and it's all part of a long con to get yourself a pay rise. That's what I think is happening. That sounds like a lot of trouble. Yeah, but it's the sort of thing someone who really wanted more money might come up with. Is Topher that smart? I don't think so. So I think we're good. Do I look like someone with the energy to do that? Maybe you secretly got yourself a CPAP machine and didn't tell anyone. And now your alter ego, awake Topher, is hatching a plot. You should have asked that person they stand on plastic bags. I mean, in all seriousness, if they've now just gone, they've just moved on to the next stream to ask them. That is not how you join Team LOLLUJO. I hire from within my own community. I'm not bringing an outsider in. I need to know that you're going to be on Slack all day, every day, so I can try my tweets out on you before I tweet them. Enjoyed your 10 tips for cruising videos. Thank you very much. Right, let's beat St Mirren then. If we beat St Mirren, we've got a real chance of Europe. So if we win this, because they're the team in 6th at the moment, that would put us 6 points ahead of them with 2 games to go. And then it potentially just comes down to goal difference. I mean, I'm not going to work the numbers out until we've beaten them. Let's beat them and then see what happens. What if he recognises you and is a fan? Then I'll do him a selfie rather than giving him a £5. Worth more, innit? Am I doing a Pooh Bear dress code right now? Not at the moment, because I knew I'd have to stand up and show my bottom on camera. But I do Pooh Bear quite a lot at home. Certainly first thing in the morning, I'm usually found Pooh Bearing around the house. I've never quite... what I need to do is go and stand in my garden. In fact, not even my garden. I need to stand on the driveway behind my garden, where other people might stand, and just look up at my kitchen window and work out how high up they can see. Because the windows are quite low, but I figure the angle means no one can see my nuts. The wildlings will be about up there, exactly. Now, I guess a train is reasonable in the circumstances. Rory McLeod! Come on! This could be a huge goal if this penalty goes in our quest towards a European adventure. Rory McLeod! Come on then, there's your posture check. What a man. So as it stands right now, we are 1 toe into Europe. The problem is, of course, if we lose away to both Rangers and Celtic, St Mirren, if they win big in both of their games, could still go back above us on goal difference. So every goal we score now is absolutely crucial. Right, so the situation. So we're looking for us and St Mirren. So St Mirren are at home against Rangers. So if Rangers can do us a favour there, it doesn't matter if we lose. So basically, right, I'm talking to you, Rangers. If you're serious about finishing 3rd, this is what you need to do. You beat St Mirren in your next match, and I will let you do what you want with us in the match after. And that will then go a long way towards getting you that 3rd place finish. And then they're away against Hibs. They've got an equally tough run in. I do have a better goal difference, Topher, but we're playing Rangers and Celtic away. So that better goal difference could easily be wiped out. Who's in the final of the Cup? Dundee United and Aberdeen. So if Dundee United win the cup, that's a problem. They've basically already won the league anyway. They've got no incentive to beat us. Hopefully they'll put their reserves out the way the AI does on selection advice when you've already won the league. Fingers crossed, they just stick the reserves out and we beat them. We're less than 3 minutes in and we're already 2-0 down. Remember how we had that better goal difference. Please stop scoring, Celtic. It's horrible. For sake. I'm going to bed. Come on, Sir George. Can't even say penalties today. We've not been very good defensively in this match. But then they've got so much more money than we've got. Rangers have scored, which means we're guaranteed 5th, and then we're just relying on Aberdeen to win the cup, which is, I guess, fine. We'll just see what happens. I don't mind it being out of our hands. Then I can't take any personal responsibility for it. Aberdeen Bottle Cup Finals. Not when they want me to qualify for Europe. They don't. They love me. So, I mean, we could still catch Hibs. Apparently that's the thing. Who do Hibs play? St Mirren. So we're not going to catch Hibs. But we can't fall below 5th. Rab, thank you very much for 15 months. I mean, we're not going to catch Hibs either because of the goal difference. So we've finished 5th and we're just relying on Aberdeen now. It's a weird thing to get that excited about getting an equaliser in a mid-table clash. Newcastle fans are proper weird. Because those fans looked absolutely elated. Realistically, how long till I challenge Celtic? If we get into Europe this year, 5 years... We just need the money to start coming in. And the first step towards the money starting to come in is Europe. Give me 1 season of Europe and I'll guarantee you every season of Europe because of the money that 1 season will give us. And then once we're in Europe every year, the gap on Celtic financially starts to close very quickly. Looking at everyone else in the league, it shouldn't be too hard to become the second best team in Scotland, and the second best team gets Champions League, and Champions League money means that, but with 2 or 3 years of Champions League money, we've basically got the same amount of money as Celtic because it's so much more significant than attendance is. And then once we've got the same amount of money as them, or even half as much money as them, I could beat them with half the budget they've got, without any doubt. And then we just need to move beyond them and get to the point where we can win the Champions League. And you do that consistently for 3 or 4 years. Champions League win. Boom. Bearing in mind, I've won the Champions League with Tours from France. I've won the Champions League with Apollon. I know how to win the Champions League with a club from a smaller nation. And then we're also hoping that if we do qualify for Europe, we get a bit of a rethink on that wage budget. Or else it's going to be absolutely miserable. Joe Hart, not that one. Don't know why he's passed there rather than shooting. He scored anyway, so I guess that's okay. The other 10 players in the starting 11 will be from Eastern Europe and South America. That's a lovely goal. Because we just don't know. That's a lot of money, though. They seem to think we've qualified for the Conference League. I don't think we have yet. But the board seem to think we have. I think the board need to just double check because we absolutely haven't yet. We need Aberdeen to win. How are we still negative? Because our capacity is 6,000. We're getting a new stadium. I mean, it's early days. This is huge for progress. New stadium incoming. It'll be 5 years until we're in it. I hope this hasn't come too soon. Or I hope they have some kind of expansion capacity. Because my worry is we're going to build a new stadium that fits 10,000 people in. What we need is to be able to eventually be playing in front of 20 or 30,000 people. Not sure how realistic that's going to be. Right, Dundee United, I think, just got relegated. So they're the ones in the cup final, aren't they? Or is it the other Dundee? No, they are. No, they are. They're in the cup final. Oh, they're not relegated yet. But they're close to being relegated. Please, Aberdeen. Please don't balls this up for me. Right, we are Aberdeen fans today. For goodness sake. They're going to be playing in Europe and the Championship at the same time. So no Europe for us then. And there is your confirmation, no Europe. Those jokers are in Europe and they're about to get relegated.